Hey everybody, today I'm going to do something a little bit different. I'm going to do a gameplay commentary. I don't typically do these just because my channel is very small and I don't get a lot of views to like really actually let people know what I'm thinking, and it's going to be viewed so little, few people will ever get around to ever hearing this. But anyway, I'm going to give it a little try here. First up, I'm going to talk about Naval Strike. It's coming out about a day or two after this video will go up, and very little of it's really been shown. Some bigger YouTubers got to go and see it at California, I believe, and play the game. Of course, I'm fairly small, so I don't get to see Jack, but I did watch Level Cap and some of his gameplay, and along with the Russian Badger, and I so want to get in those hover cars and run people over. Oh, and if you weren't aware, there's hovercraft you can use in the DLC, and it looks freaking fun as hell. There's also a carrier command mode where you basically capture points to blow up the other team's carrier, and then have to run inside and blow it up using like an MCOM site style situation. And of course, since the name didn't really give it away here, all of them are very water based. Every one of them is an island, and there's some of them are smaller and bigger than others. Some of them are very, very water-based, where there's water everywhere you can go, and large boats in the interior of them. And the other ones are, limited to just the exterior mostly, with the inside of it being very, very rocky, and there's lots of trees, and there's some things like a downed airplane in one of them. And there's also a sub base I've seen where you can go inside and fight it out, and you can even fit a scout helicopter barely inside there if you're a good pilot. It actually looks like a lot of fun, because I didn't really like China Rising DLC. Second Assault was actually quite fun. I didn't really like Caspian Border on Battlefield 3, but in Battlefield 4, it's a lot of fun. The extra cover really makes it good. And Metro, well, Metro's Metro. It's not as nearly as good as I used to think it was, and I never thought it was actually a great map. I just thought it was fun to go in there and get a lot of kills. But now it's not. It's not the greatest, is it? And so somehow, Gulf of Oman isn't as good as it used to be. And Firestorm hates my computer. The frame rate drops so hard around a couple of the points. But other than that, it's actually a pretty good level. But anyway, back to Naval Strike. I'm really looking forward to it. The infantry combat on the inside looks great. And I don't think the boats will be too overpowered because there's quite a bit of cover for you to shoot whatever you want to shoot on, whether it be a SRAW or a Javelin. I think you're going to be able to take them out pretty easily. And being placed on islands, there's not any heavy vehicles, so it's very infantry based, except for the outside water parts in the hovercraft, which I still want to play so bad. Of course, like I sort of touched on before, there is some little birds and some transport helicopters. And there's also old-fashioned cannon, like old pirate ship or British Navy cannons that you can fire. And I think there's an achievement you could get if you kill somebody with it. The drop-off seems really, really bad. And it's going to take somebody fairly unaware that you're shooting that, I think, to get a kill. But it's a bonus. Anyway, that's for Naval Strike. What's coming out next Tuesday for premium members and 2 weeks after for non-premium members. Also, even though Naval Strike isn't even actually out yet, when I'm making this, they've also talked about Dragon's Teeth, which is slated to come out sometime this summer. They haven't actually given a date yet. Some of the facts we do know is it's very close quarters. I don't know if it's going to be like close quarters from Battlefield close quarters, because I do believe there's going to be some vehicle or combat, but from what I understand, it's going to be very, very close range fighting. And the big shocker that a few people have been talking about already is they have confirmed there's going to be a two-handed ballistic shield available in the game on Dragon's Teeth, which I do want to see, and maybe I don't. I think a right shield would be great for situations in like Metro or a locker where it's a total clusterfuck and you can't get past anything. Being two-handed, I mean, that right away they've said it's not going to have any weapon whatsoever with it. Is that going to be a battle pickup like the USAS or one of the one-shot sniper rifles, or is that going to be in very map specific, or is it going to be something you can equip and not have a weapon, or maybe you have to drop it and place it down to use a secondary? No one really knows yet. It's kind of confusing in the way they have worded it, Because it does sound like there's not going to be any weapon, but to me that almost sounds like a battle pickup, which will be probably limited to the Dragon's Teeth DLC. And there's some maps now that could really use it, like, the Locker and Metro. Now, I'd have to assume that these things aren't going to be totally impervious to all damage. I'm pretty sure a rocket will take you out, or, obviously I hope C4 would kill you, because I'm definitely going to blow those fuckers up when I get a chance. And grenades placed in front, who knows? Obviously, I'm sure it'd be a lot better to throw it behind them. If they don't stop the grenade spam, it's really, I mean, how good is it really going to be in most situations? Because everybody's going to throw every grenade at you if it can go through it, I guess. But at the same time, a team of these guys protecting something or a hallway would just make it downright impossible if explosives couldn't kill them. So, even though it'd be a close quarters DLC, would you now, instead of seeing a lot of assault players, see quite a few engineers and some more support? Or would it be, any assault player can go up there and kill you with an impact or a couple of minis? It's hard to say right now. I mean, no one really knows anything about it. But, I could see how it could be abused if, you had a whole team stacking this stuff up, throwing grenades over the top of it. I really do hope you could place it down and use it as some kind of a mobile cover, though. And as long as you can't resupply it or, any other stupid little exploit that might come with that. Because I bet it takes about 30 seconds for the first asshole to put that in a doorway and you can't get through it anymore. But that's all we really know about Dragon's Teeth. It's going to be some kind of urban warfare, fairly close quarters, and there's going to be a riot shield or ballistic shield, whatever you want to call it. It's going to be two-handed. It's not going to be exactly what Call of Duty and other games have. And I guess we'll see how it plays out in some trailer coming up later this summer. Also this week, I'm looking forward to something else other than DLC for Battlefield. It's DLC for Diablo. I have been playing Diablo a lot lately since the 2.0 patch. It made the game much better. The game is quite old, so I haven't really featured it on my channel. And also, I use Shadowplay almost always, and you can't use Shadowplay for Diablo because I believe it uses OpenGL and it doesn't work currently. I am really looking forward to it though because I have almost every class as a level 60. I've spent a lot of time on it. It is a fun game, especially when played with friends. And even single player, it's still pretty fun. I can't even tell you why because you'd think it'd get old eventually, but yeah, for some reason I'm still addicted to it. It's that loot drop, I guess. Oh, and I also want to mention this week I'm also really looking forward to Carmageddon Reincarnation. It's early access. It's gonna be who knows how rough it's really gonna be. I've only watched one small gameplay trailer of it. It is very early. I don't think there's even graphical options in the game yet, and the first and only level in it isn't even finished. But I loved Carmageddon as a kid. I used to play the crap out of that game, and it probably explains a thing or two why I wanted to run people over in Battlefield. I love running people down and crushing cars in that game. It's quite a bit of fun. The game looks like it hasn't really evolved much, but at the same time, I love the old gameplay. It's probably not going to be as good as I hoped it would be. We're going to find out, though. It's coming out next Thursday for like I said, the early access, and I have really, really high hopes, and I hope I'm not let down with it. I probably will feature that in some way on here in one video. But yeah, that's what I'm looking for just to this week, and I wanted to get a little video out since it's been, a couple days, and I thought, well, I got 18-1 gameplay, might as well go for it, right? Thanks, everybody. Hey, everyone, thanks for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, and please subscribe as well. I have a couple of reviews there for you from Naval Strike weapons. Thanks, everyone.